This video is about applications about money. Some of them will involve tax and commission. The first one, using tax, we'll set up an example here. Now, Aaliyah has $32 to spend, but she realizes she has to consider sales tax and also the tip that she's going to leave. To start, we need to decide what the variable should be. Most often, you can make that decision by looking at the question. In this case, we're going to let x equal the price of the meal. Now, that price does not include tax and tip. We're going to take the price of the meal, add in the tax and the tip. We start with the price, add in our tax, add in our tip, and that's going to give our total amount. So in this case, that's the price plus 8%. So let's write this down here now. The price is x plus 8% of our price, 8% of x, plus 20% of the price, which is 20% times x, is the total. Now, what is our total here? Well, remember, $32 is how much she has to spend for the meal. That's our total. So here's our equation. We need to solve this. These are all like terms. I can add them together. Of course, you might want to think of that as a 1x. So that's 1.28x when I combine those like terms equals 32. Next, I want to solve for x. Just divide both sides by 1.28 in order to get x by itself. This gives us x equals 25. So we've solved the equation, but now what are we going to write for our final answer? Be careful. Remember, x is nowhere in the problem. Take a look here. You won't see x in that question at all. So although we used x to find the solution, but x should not be part of our answer. So instead, what do we want to write for our answer? Well, again, let's check the question. What is the maximum price of the meal? And x was the price of the meal. We know that x is 25. So here comes our answer. We want to say the maximum price for Aaliyah's meal is $25. Here's an example using commission. Now, Kayla makes $150 per week automatically. That's her base salary. So no matter what, she makes the $150. Then she also gets 8% commission on her sales. And the question is, how much does she need to make in her sales in order to take home $470 in a week? Let's start with the variable. Again, take a look at the question, and you can see that what we're missing here is the amount of sales. That's what we're asked for. So we're going to let x equal the amount of sales. And next comes the equation. So let's think about how this ties together. We have her base salary. Then we're going to add 8% of her sales, and that's how we get the total salary that she brings home. So in this case, our base salary is $150. 8% of her sales, that's going to be 0.08. And remember, x was the amount of sales. So 8% of x gives her total. That's the total that she brings home, and she wants to bring home $470. Now, to solve this equation, we want to get x by itself. We'll subtract 150 from both sides. We have 0.08 times x equals 320. Now we need to divide by 0.08. And we get our result for x as 4,000. So there we've solved our equation. Question is, what are we going to write for our final answer? Remember, x was not in the problem. We used x, but x should not be part of our answer. Instead, let's look at the question. How much does she need to sell? That's the question. And remember, x was the amount of sales. We know that x is $4,000, so we put that together to say she needs to sell $4,000 in order to make $470 in a week.